Welcome to our Ray Viewers channel. In today's video I'm talking about the Galaxy S8, the S8 Plus, and of course the Galaxy Note 8. There's a lot of people critiquing the Galaxy Note 8 without Samsung having announced that phone yet. So I have to say, we have to see what Samsung manufactures first, because the idea that the Galaxy Note 8 would be slower than the S8 and S8 Plus, obviously I would have an issue with that. Compared to other phones out there, even the new Pixel phones or the iPhone 8, I want to see what Google and Apple are manufacturing as well. So it's not just about Samsung for me, although I think the Galaxy Note 8 is going to be the best phone of the year because they're influencing the industry. I think this is important. People say things about the Galaxy Note 8 and they say, well, it's not going to be impressive, so why would I want to purchase a phone like that? The phone itself, it's influencing other manufacturers and other companies out there with the way they're just manufacturing phones. Think about it. Now you're seeing these screens, and if you've never used an S8 or S8 Plus, I suggest you go to the store, try the S8 and S8 Plus, because those phones look phenomenal and they're also really fast. Very impressive phones from Samsung. You're going to notice that they're really different than the competition, but that's going to change soon because all the new phones out there are going to resemble the Galaxy phones. And this is again why I'm saying that Samsung is just influencing those other companies because they had no choice. When you read some of the things about the Pixel phones, I'm talking about the new ones that are expected this year, they look very impressive. There's an understanding that these phones are going to resemble the Galaxy phones. So with the Galaxy Note 8, I think it's an impressive phone. It's going to be the best phone of the year, but it's going to have limitations. When you have Samsung out there and they start competing with other companies, especially like Apple, and they realize that they have to produce such a phone that it's going to be the best, there's going to be a lot of pressure for them to manufacture the best phone. And when you talk about Samsung, of course there's going to be issues with a sensor on the screen because they haven't done that before and they're trying to implement it and announce the phone before Apple, all that stuff. Samsung should manufacture that phone when they get it right. Don't manufacture the phone and then say there's going to be another upgrade with the S9 and then you'll have the Galaxy Note 9. You know, you talk about all these things, people just want a great phone and they want with the features and hardware that they want. And they want to have a great phone because the prices for these phones, including this Galaxy Note 8, they're talking about one of the most expensive phones out there, including with the iPhone 8 too. So if these phones are not right and they're not having the best hardware or even the best features, people are going to have issues with it because they're very expensive. As far as the Galaxy Note 8, it's impressive. It's got great hardware. It's also got a very impressive design. Now I'm not saying that it's going to be exactly what people are saying, but we have an idea because if you see the S8 and S8 Plus, it's going to be similar. But I would say this also. The fact that the Note 8 is not going to be narrow, I think is very important, because if the phone screen is not narrow, you're going to get a real phablet. I just think the design of a larger size screen for a phone shouldn't be like the S8 Plus. That's my personal opinion because I would prefer a phablet. Now, some people out there might consider the S8 Plus like a phablet. I guess you could, but if you use the phone, you're going to see it's very similar to even the S8. So, with my opinion about Samsung, I am saying they're going to manufacture the best phone out of all the phones this year with the way they influence the industry. But my opinion at the same time is that if Samsung doesn't get this right, I am not going to get the Galaxy Note 8. That's just the way it is, because if you don't produce a phone that's really worth it, especially when you're actually increasing the price of the phone, then I have to start comparing that phone to the other phones out there. And I want to compare the phone to the iPhone 8 and of course the Pixel phones. I really think that if Google could just figure out how to manufacture a phone with a good manufacturer, you're going to get a really impressive phone. I also think it's fantastic if Google actually learns from Samsung with the way they're designing phones, and you get a Pixel phone that is similar to the Galaxy phones. Not saying with the way the Galaxy phones work, because I am not a fan of the Samsung experience. I would probably just root the phone. I would like Google to manufacture a much more impressive phone than the phone they manufacture with HTC. And as far as the iPhone 8, if the iPhone 8 has the best hardware, and we're talking about the sensor in the screen, and of course you might have dual cameras on the back of the phone, and it's really impressive. Although I'm not a fan of iOS, just not a fan of iOS, Apple, no offense, but if they can get that phone to have the best hardware, I might use an iPhone. That's not an issue for me, because if I use the iPhone and I compare it to the Galaxy Note 8, and if Samsung doesn't implement the best hardware with the Galaxy Note 8, then why should I get that phone? And as far as the Pixel phones, if Google continues to work with companies that don't know how to manufacture a phone, then I would suggest they select a different company and I could purchase an iPhone with those circumstances. But what I've been saying though is that I think Samsung is going to be manufacturing the best phone out of all the phones. I think Google could possibly possibly manufacture a phone that is similar to the Galaxy phones with the way they look. Of course, the stock version of Android is going to be on the phone. And as far as the iPhone, I think it's going to be similar to the Galaxy phones with some of the design features that you see out there with the S8 and S8 Plus. I would like Samsung to produce the best phone out there because I think they're leading the industry. I would like to see also Google manufacture a great phone, because if you got the Pixel phones out there, I would like to get a Pixel phone because I have a Nexus phone. So with the Nexus 6, it's an old phone. So that's what I think about all these phones. I would like to know what you guys think. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Pixel phones, the Galaxy Note 8, or even the iPhone 8. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.